Hello guys, welcome to the channel of TCP/IP and Computer Network. Today we are going to discuss about the different types of connecting devices are available in the computer network. So let's start with the computer network connecting devices. So here, generally what happened, as we all know that network is a combination of different devices or components. So they made up of between with the help of the devices and some kind of component. So what are the categories are available in this particular connecting devices? So let's start. So generally there are two main categories of the networking devices, connecting devices. Very first category is what networking devices. In networking devices, all the simple devices can come. Let's say like a repeater, hub, bridge, switches, then cables and the Ethernet, and etc. etc. But in the internet networking devices, this is what there is one or two main devices are available, and the devices named as what a router and gateway. Let's start one by one. What we have another video for the router and the switches hub configuration on the packet tracer, so do watch that video also. Here we have and only having the theoretical portion of the connecting devices. So let's start with the first one. So if you go with the first connecting devices or maybe the medium or component, what we have a cable. It is a wired in the wired network architecture, or specifically in Ethernet. Cables are used to interconnect the devices. So if two devices want to communicate with each other, physically need to be tied, so they require the cable. So generally, cables are coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, and twisted pair cable. Second will be repeat. And once they physically connected, then the logical connection can be made on that particular device. Then second will be the repeater. Repeater are used in a transmission system to regenerate analog or digital signals destroyed by the transmission loss. Second, analog repeaters can only amplify the signal, whereas digital repeaters can reproduce the signals to near its original quality. So this is what very important statement. Its job to regenerate the signal over the same network before signal becomes too weak or corrupted, so as to extend the length of to which the signal can be transmitted over the same network. So it is going to be kind of strengthening the mechanism, strengthening the signals, so that that signal can cross from the distance, and then the receiver one. Then third will be the hub. Hub is a device commonly used to connect the segments of LAN. It contains multiple input and output ports. When signal it is at the input port, the signal will be made at all output port except the one it has come from. So let's say like a flooding. So generally hub is what basically a multi-port repeater, where generally they have the 4 to 6 only port, uh, minimum port than the switches. Then more about the hub. Let's say hub cannot filter the data. Generally, what we have this is statement: hub cannot filter the data. So data packets are sent to all the connecting devices. In the other word, collision domain of the host connected to the hub remain one. So if we have this, let's say consider this is what the hub. Here these are the ports are available. If every any these number of computers can be connected. If computer A send the message on this port, so this is going to be on this all the ports, and here the collision can be happen. So broadcast collision can be happen over here. Hub do not have an intelligence to find the best path of the data packets, which leads the inefficient and the wastage of network traffic, etc., etc. There are some types of the hub. The very first hub is what the passive hub is. These are the hub which collect the wire, which collect the uh, wiring from the node and the power supply from the active hub. This hub relay signals onto the signals without cleaning and boosting. Okay, then it is can't be used to extend the distance between the nodes. So this is only a passive hub. It is only connecting device. Active hub, these are the hub which have their own power supply and can clean and boost and relay the signal along with the network. The server both as a repeater as well as a firing sector. These are the used to extend the maximum distance between the nodes. So this is what the second category. And there is a third category, that is what the intelligence hub. Additional and extra features added an active hub that are for particular importance of the business. So business perspective, they have added some kind of it works on the basis of SNMP protocol, that is simple network management protocol is there for the remote monitoring. Generally, intelligence hub is required for to get the information from the remote sources with the help of MIS, that is management information base, for excessive collision like computer disconnected and provide the statistics to the remote computer. So this type of information can be provided to the remote computer with the help of intelligent hub. Then we have next device, and the device is what at the data link layer devices. Very first data link layer, we know that it is responsible to transfer the data hop by hop, that is within the same LAN, from one device to another devices based on the MAC address. So here we have a MAC address. We know the size of the MAC address, that is 48 bit. Okay, some of the devices are used at the data link layer like a bridge. Bridge is a repeater. Okay, which with the addition on the functionality of filtering the content by reading the MAC address of the source and destination. It uses the same protocol, connecting two different networks together and providing communication between them. There are some types of the bridges. uh, Very first is a transparent bridge. These are these are the bridge in which the stations are completely unaware of the bridge existence. That is, whether or not the bridge is added or deleted from the network, reconfiguration of the station is unnecessary. This bridge make us of two processes, that is bridge forwarding and the bridge learning. So this is what the first type of bridge, that is transparent bridge. Second will be source routing bridge. In this bridge, routing operation is performed by the source station and the frame specific which route to the follow. So these are the two types of bridges. And then there is another device is called as modem. The modem is what we know. Model stand for modulation and demodulation. And this modulation and demodulation modem converts digital signal generated by the computer into analog signals, which then can be transmitted over the cable lines and transferred incoming analog signals into the digital equivalent. So if we have this side and this side, so here the vice versa modulation and demodulation is going to happen over the line. There are categories of the modem. There are generally three categories. Very first is a directional capacity. On the basis of directional capacity, they can have the half duplex and the full duplex communication modems. Second will be connection. There can be a two-wired modem and there can be a four-wire modem also. Then transmission mode. So there can be asynchronous and a synchronous modem. So we know the asynchronous synchronous modem, let's say both the entity need to be present in terms of the synchronization, and in terms of asynchronization, it is not going to be required to have both the entity to be present at the both end. This is what the modem, and modem used for the modulation and demodulation purpose. Next, what we have the device, and the device name as what the NIC card, or maybe network interface card we can say. This is what the very important device or any important component. The network interface card is a hardware component without which the computer cannot be connected over the internet. Okay, so this is what the very important. Every computer is supposed to have an IC card where the RJ45 connector can be connected and the service can be get. Okay, the purpose. NIC allows both wired and wireless communication. NIC allows communication between the computers connected via local area network, that is LAN, as well as the communication over the large scale network through the internet, that is IP protocol. So it is very important component. NIC is both the physical layer and data link layer device. It is provided the necessary hardware circular circuitry so that the physical layer processes and the same data link layer processes can run on it. So there are two types of NIC cards: so the internal NIC card and the external NIC card. So internal NIC card can be built on the what we can say the motherboard itself, on the device itself, and external can be in the wireless format also. So these are the two types. NIC, generally what happened, every traffic is going to be analyzed on the NIC card itself. So whatever the incoming and outgoing ports are available, that port traffic is that through go through the NIC card only. So NIC card is very important. Then what we have another device, and that device is called the switch. Switch is the advanced version of the what we can say the hub. Here there will be the unmanageable switch, and this is the switch most used is home network. This is for small business they are going to be used. They plug in and instantly start doing their jobs. Such as switches do not need to be watched and configured. They are the least expensive switches among all the categories, as good as the active hub. So unmanageable switch is what a kind of the similar functionality with the active hub. They don't have any smartness into that, and this is what the data link layer device. Then what we have another category, manageable switch. Manageable switch is act as a, like a router. This type of switches have many features. Now features like a security, precision, control of full management over the network, etc., etc. And here, if the manageable switch is there, then the switch can be configured manually as well as dynamically by the administrator. These are used in organization containing the large network and can be customized to enhance the functionality of the certain network. These are the most costly option, but their scalability makes them the an idea option for the network that it is growing. They are achieving by setting the simple network management protocol like SNMP. They are also having a two types, smart switches and enterprise management switches, managed switches. They also have the LAN switches available. Generally, these are also known as the Ethernet switches or the data switches, and are used to reduce the network congestion or the bottleneck by using disturbing the packages, etc., etc. Then what we have the PoE switches, that is power over Ethernet switches. Here, PoE switches are used in the PoE technology, which stand for the power over Ethernet. That technology and that integrates data and power on the same cable. This is what very important. Same cable, allowing power device to receive data in parallel to power. So power and data can be transferred from the one path only. This is the switch provide greater flexibility by simpling the cabling process. Generally, these are the types of the switches. This is not a very theoretical one, but if we go with the what you can say the this switch diagram. So here a port 1, 2, 3 generally from the 24 port. Every ports having that here we can connect the devices like I have shown you over here. The PC0 is connected to switch, PC1 is also connected to this. Here, this is what the smart switch we can say. There are smart than the hub, where if you send a message to 1 from to 10, so it is going to be only 10, not for all the ones. So broadcast nature is not there. As hub in there was the broadcast nature. So per collision domain is available. We have a separate video to demonstrate how that is happening and how switch works. So please do watch that also, so that the idea will be clear. Where how the switch can transfer the messages, etc., etc. Then the next is what our network layer devices. Network layer devices what? Network layer devices what we have are the one router device is very important, guys. Router is a switch-like device that route the and forward the data packets based on their IP addresses. So IP address system is very important. Router normally connect local area network LAN and the WAN together to have a dynamic updating routing tables based on which they can take a decision of on routing the incoming packets. So in second, subsequent videos, we have demonstrated the details about the routers. So if you can see the diagram here, this is what the router we have configured, and out of this, the router have this interface and this interface. We can assign the IP address on this. So this is what the LAN interface, and this is what the WAN interface. And generally, there is a console port also there, but here we can set the IP addresses. And on the basis of IP addresses, we can take a decision. Okay, so there are some benefits of the router security, performance enhancement, and reliability and network range. These are the some points related to the router. Generally, router is a networking devices. It is the advance of what we can say the switches. Manageable switches also called as the routers. Okay, so these are the points related with the routers. More points. Let's discuss the more point about the routers. Here, there are some types of the routers. The very first is wireless router. Wireless routers is used to offer Wi-Fi connectivity to laptops, smartphones, and other devices with the Wi-Fi network capabilities. And it can be also provide the standard Ethernet routing for the small number of wired network system. Second will be router. Router is a combination of router and a switch, bridge and the router. It allows the transferring the data between network like a bridge and like a router. It can also route the data within the network to the individual system. Then third will be core router. The core router is a type of router that can route the data within network, but it is not able to route the data between the network. So it's only for one network only. Then edge router. Edge router is the lower capacity device that is placed at the boundary of the network. So what we have, let's say if I have A network and if I have B network, so in between this boundary, we can place the edge router. It allows the internal network to connect with the external networks, and it is also called as an access router. It uses the external BGP, that is Border Gateway Protocol, to provide the connectivity. We have BGP separate video. Please do watch that video also. With the remote networking over the internet, there are two types of edge router in the networking. The very first is the subscriber edge router. In the subscriber edge router, it belongs to the end user organization, and it works in the situation where it acts on the border device. Whereas we have a second type, that is a label edge device router. This label edge router is used in the boundary of multi-protocol label switching, this MLPS network, and act as a gateway between the LAN and WAN on the internet. So these are the two types commonly of the edge router as per the functionality. Then we have last category, that broadcast broadband routers. Broadband routers are mainly used to provide the high-speed internet access to the computer. It is needed when you connect to the internet through the phone and use voice over IP. So real-time activities can be handled by these broadband routers. That protocol is what the VoIP protocol is available, that is voice over IP protocol is available. So these are the types of the routers. Then let's check what are the features of the router. There are some features of the router, and the which of these routers can act. Router works as a third layer device, that is network layer of the OSI model, and it is able to communicate with the adjacent devices with the help of IP address. So IP address is must. Router provide the high speed internet connectivity with the different types of port like a gigabyte, fast ethernet, STM, link port, etc. etc. It allows the user to configure the port as per the requirement in the network. Router's main component is called central processing unit, flash memory, RAM, non-volatile RAM, console, network, and interface card. Generally, what router have one iOS. What iOS, that is Inter Networking Operating System, where everything is available of the router. Router gets started gradually, router can configure gradually, etc. etc. Routers are capable of routing the traffic in the large network system by considering the sub-network intact network. So router is also possible to route the datagram from the source to destination with the best path selecting facility. Router filter out of the unwanted interface. Router also filter the data before sending to the furthers, or okay, and that can also be encapsulated and decapsulated process can be happen. Routers provide the redundancy as it always work is in a master and slave mode. This is what also a very important point. It allows users to connect several LANs and the WAN. So router is what where it is a device to connect more than one networks together so that they can get communicated over the network. Furthermore, the router creates various paths to forward the data. So best again, the one of the best significance of the router is what to select the best part out of the available more than one path. Because in networking there can be more than one paths are available, and to travel the datagram from the source to destination we require to select best one of the best. Let's say if we have let's A to B, B to C. Okay, so if the out of more than one paths available, we need to select the best one on the basis of some cost matrix, on the basis of, let's say, cost can be distance, cost can be traffic, cost can be delay, etc etc. So that decision can be taken by the router itself. Then we'll take about the transport layer devices. And transport layer devices, we know the transport layer devices transport layer is responsible to end-to-end communication, that is process to process communication. Some of the transport layer devices are, it may be routers, firewall, server, and other devices also, but the gateway is what very famous device, okay, over the transport layer. A gateway is an inter-networking device that connects two network using different protocol. So earlier we discussed the same protocols. Here to do different protocol. Let's say if I have a network and if I have B network, here protocol can be P1 and here protocol can be P2. So that time the gateway can be used. In computer networking, the gateway is a component that is a part of two networks which use the different protocols also. Okay, so this is what the P1 and P2 protocol, the different protocols can be mapped with via gateway, and this gateway can work on the all the layers of OSI models also. The gateway is a protocol convert which will translate one protocol into the other. So if we have a one protocol over in this network, it is going to be transferred to the another protocols, okay, and they can understand the language between these both the terms. And the router is special case of the gateway. Router is a special case of gateway. Then second device is there, and generally gateway is what the device which or component or mechanism which works on the every layer of the OS and TCP models. Gateway is must whenever there is a heterogeneous kind of network is there, and that heterogeneous kind of network supported by only the gateway, so that the communication can be happened after routing and after all the connections done. Okay, There is a firewall. Firewall is a system designed to prevent unauthorized access to or from a private network. So it is going to be a kind of security mechanism. Some of the functionalities of firewall, like a packet filtering, acting as a proxy server, like the application gateway, etc. These are the two main functions. Packet filtering, because we need to have someone to watch the network carefully, so that what kind of input and output traffic is there. So that traffic is going to be maintained via firewall. Like what we have a packet capturing tool, Wireshark is there. Some way that check on our NIC card, which type of information is coming and which type of information going from our network. It is going kind of a security mechanism, so that the security can be provided and decision can be taken to malicious against the malicious users, unauthorized users, etc., etc. So these are the information is very important related with the firewall. So firewall is what the security concern. And the last layer, what we have, the application layer. In the application layer, there are some utilities are available. We know that at the application level, user can sit. Let's say here, let's say there is a computer, there is one kind of, let's say, one browser. On the browser, we can search something. So okay, that kind of applications can be handled over this. So application layer is the topmost layer of TCP/IP model that provide the interface between the application and the network. Application and network. The application layer used to exchange the messages. Some of the devices used in the application layer. So it's going to be a kind of, let's say, if I have a software application on this particular network, so how to contact with this particular network? So via this software applications. Which type of applications can be handled over in the application layer? There are plenty of protocols also available, and with the help of the protocols, we can we can deal with the other devices also, like the personal computers, mobile devices, phone, servers, gateway, and the firewall, software packages, different utilities like a remote login, SSH, telnet, putty, etc., etc. So with the help of this kind of utilities, every applications can use by the client, so that they can satisfied over the internet. Okay, so application layer is also very, very important. With the help of that only, we can have the searching mechanism of all the contents over the network. So this is all about the different networks available. This is connecting devices are available. Hope guys, and we have a separate demonstration of router, switch, and hub, and their differences with the help of packet tracer tool. So moreover, this lecture is what purely theoretical, but if you see that video, and where we can have all the implemented portions of the router, switch, and the hub, please do watch that video. I hope this video is liked by you. Thank you.